Hello friends, this is Nirmal here for Technique, and today we'll have a detailed review of the camera on the Moto E. So Moto E is the latest smartphone from Motorola, which was released few days back, and it's an entry level smartphone in the 7K pricing, released after the huge success of Moto G in India. So Moto G was a mid-range phone, and Moto E is a entry level budget smartphone. So there are quite a lot of interesting things which come in favor of Moto E. First is that the price point. At 7K you don't get really good Android phones with a decent spec and also latest software. Second thing is again the software aspect. It runs Android 4.4.2 KitKat, and Motorola has promised that it will get the next major update as well. So that's very interesting aspect of Moto E. Apart from that, you also get a decent spec like dual core processor, 1 GB of RAM, then you have a pretty decent build quality. So overall the phone has a really good feel to it, and the price range is again really good. So these are the features which makes Moto E one of the best entry level smartphones. So now let's have a look at the camera. So camera is a 5 megapixel shooter. The Moto G also had a 5 megapixel shooter, but there are a couple of things which is different with Moto G. First up, this phone does not have a flash. So since it's a budget phone, it does not have a flash, and it's very similar to what we have on the Nokia Lumia 520 and 525. Both these phones are almost in the same price range and does not come with a flash. Further, it does not have a front facing camera, again similar to what we have on the Nokia Lumia 520. And the third aspect of this camera is that it does not have a autofocus. So that's really a big issue with this phone, because the Nokia Lumia 520 and 525 does have autofocus, and so we'll see how this camera works. So you can see this is the camera, I mean the interface. So the interface wise it's very similar to what we have on the Moto G. So you can just swipe from the left side to get the menus. So we have a couple of menus here. The first step, you have this HDR, then you have the option to increase the exposure values, I mean the control exposure off. So that is how you control exposure. So drag the bracket anywhere to set exposure, so that's the option. The next step is panorama, so that is again available in Moto E. Then you have the geolocation option. I mean you can geotag photos with your location. So geotagging is there. Then you can save the photos in phone or SD card. So this phone supports SD card, so you can store your photos in SD card. Then you have this option of aspect ratio, widescreen on or off. So that's another option. And then finally the sound. So these are the settings available on the Moto E. And then you have the camera option, I mean switch to video camera option. So these are the options available in Moto E. So you would say this is a very basic camera, and you don't have much features included in this, and there is no option to set the I mean the ISO and the scene modes, etc. So these features are missing on the Moto E. So we can expect this is a really budget level smartphone, so don't expect much from the camera. Now there is no autofocus in this camera, so that's a very concerning factor. So if you see, if I try to take a closer photo, and if I touch it, the photo is taken. There is no option to focus, and you can see this photo which I just taken has the focus, I mean there is no focus and it's gone blurred. So that's a big issue using Moto E's camera, since that does not come with an autofocus. So we have taken couple of shots using this camera. So you can see this is a night shot, and you can see a lot of noise included in this photo. So the night photography is not that great with this phone. So let's just go back to that photo. So you can see here this has too much noise included. We'll show the detailed camera samples in this video. So before that, just have a look at these photos. So this so you can see here this is taken outdoors. The colors are not that great when you compare with the Lumia 520, 525 or even the 630. We have already uploaded photos of 630, so you can check out that as well. So if you compare all these phones, so you can see that the colors are not that great on this phone. Just okay, average, not that great, but even it's not that worse as well, because you see most of the phones in this price range have horrible cameras. I mean, almost 7K price range. If you take most of the cameras are like 3 megapixel. You can see the Nokia X, which is almost in the same price range, has a horrible camera. So this has a pretty decent camera, but it does not beat the Lumia 520 or 525, and the colors are pretty okay, not that great. I will just show you another photo. So this again, it's out of focus. So focusing is a really big issue on this device. So this has a photo, does not come with an autofocus. Inside it has a fixed focus. So if you take photos in a real close-up, it will go blurred. So that's one really big issue with this device. So overall, this is just an average camera. In this price point, we would say Nokia Lumia 520 has a really good camera and a better camera than the Moto E. So here are a couple of shots taken using the Moto E camera, so you can see them on your screen. So these are the photos taken using this camera. That includes both the night mode as well as daylight. So you can see from these photos, the photo quality is not that great when compared to the 525, 520 or the 630, all the three phones from Nokia. Although it might be slightly better than the other phones in this price range, like the 7K price range. You have the Nokia X, which has a really terrible camera. So in that way, this camera is pretty decent, but the lack of focus, autofocus, is really a deal breaker for many people who would like to have a good camera, decent camera in the 7K price range. For that, if you're looking for a camera, smartphone, decent camera in this price range, then the Lumia 525 or the 520 makes much better sense than this phone. So that's the camera review of the Moto E. So you can check out the samples what we uploaded, and also see the video sample which we uploaded on our YouTube channel. So that's all guys with the video review of the camera on the Moto E. So if you like this video, do hit the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos on Moto E, and thanks for watching this video.